Hello, hello. I hope you're having a fantastic day, a fantastic January. Oh my God, the sun is shining. It's just moving around. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I've been in LA since the 29th of December and I'm leaving today. I've been doing on my website the 30-day reset and it ends today. Symbolically, for me, new year, end of the reset, going back to my city, I feel like it's a perfect time to put on some new waist beads. I want to show you how to do waist beads at home, but not just put them on, but perform your own waist bead ceremony. If you're not familiar with me, you're probably asking, why do I want you to show me how to do the waist bead ceremony? First things first, I'm Marshall Bernard. I'm an African wellness baddie, and I take ancestral practices and apply them to your modern life. For 5 years, I had a boutique called Bombshell in Atlanta, and I showed people how to find creative ways to love themselves through waist beads, alongside selling beautiful dresses and pieces from African artisans. But the one thing that seemed to resonate the most with all the different clients of all the different ages, all that jazz, was waist beads. When the store closed, I did try to take waist beads online, but I realized people really enjoyed the energy and the connection of having the waist bead ceremony, like having me perform it for you, me sizing you, me talking to you about what your hopes and fears are, and just making sure that you have the best experience ever with your waist beads. So maybe if I communicate to you what I do for myself, maybe you'll decide I can do it for myself as well. First things first, the waist beads that I chose, and all of ours come in these cute little packs. So cute. The waist beads that I chose because my intentions for this year, I'm gonna find my husband and I'm gonna get some money, okay? It's love and money. I chose these Divine Feminine beads and I'm gonna put it a little closer, but oh my God, I love the way the light is just hitting them. They are rose gold and gold. And the light is just dancing. I am so excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I cut off my last beads when my store closed, and I just didn't feel called or committed to any other feeling since then. And I know that when I set an intention to put my waist beads on, that intention is going to come true. It's going to happen. For me, it felt I was nervous to set any intentions because I didn't know what I wanted to work toward. But now, as I go through day by day, I realize that even if you're heartbroken, by work, by love, by money, by anything that life has going on for you. Because I've been dealing with a lot of pain, you guys. You still deserve that sort of ancestral hug, that extremely feminine African hug that waist beads offer you. There are different strands that I should have worn for different seasons. Should have been wearing some brown beads for that season. But now it's okay. There's one thing that I love about African wellness is you can always return to it. Sankofa. Okay, I always love to return home. These are my beads that I'm tying on. I'm just gonna tie one for you guys to see because I find it to be sensitive. It's personal for me, right? So I'm just gonna tie one for you guys to see. I think I'm gonna tie another strand later on my own. But I wanted to do this in my friend's beautiful backyard at her beautiful Los Angeles home because I've been doing some healing here. Gosh. And so I think as I go back to Atlanta, set up my new room in my mom's house, go back to my job, I want to have this energy locked in, right? So I always recommend find a feeling that you can connect to for your new waist beads. Because when you see your beads, you're always going to be reminded about why you're wearing them. Set that intention, find that feeling, find that occasion. I love beginning of the new year. I love new moons. I love things like this. We put a soft knot at the end of our beads just so you can open it. Now that's just if you buy Bombshell beads. I don't know about them other folks, but ours are all handmade in Ghana. And I've worked with the women who make them for, 7, 8 years now. I also recommend to people, don't be buying Chinese waist beads. We live in a world where credit is not often given to the people who are the originators of the things, right? Name the thing, it doesn't matter. Right now, we have the opportunity to buy and support makers from Ghana, from places like this. All makers, really and truly. When we have direct access to the makers, the responsibility is on us to make sure that they are properly and fairly compensated for their life's work, all right? Maybe their parents were not compensated, maybe their grandparents weren't compensated. But today, in this day and age, you have the power to give money in exchange for goods for somebody, to somebody, for what they have learned how to craft their whole life. So that's really special to me. I'm going to wear good energy beads. I'm not going to wear Chinese beads. No, nothing against the Chinese. And I believe in the trade and I do manufacture some things in China for sure. But when I have the opportunity to go traditional, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to celebrate that every time. The things that you need, your bombshell beads. I have a pair of scissors. Regular craft scissors are fine. And then I have bombshell glue. I mean, usually it's bombshell glue, but to be honest, if you don't have it, just use nail glue. Nail glue will work. Bombshell waist bead glue, we can send it. We're sending it with when you order the bombshell beads, but it's just our preferred type of adhesive, but nail glue will work in a pinch. I'm wearing all black for y'all, and I'm hoping that, you gonna see my bra. Okay, we're gonna try to keep it tucked. I'm gonna tuck my little shirt under my bra. I worked out and then I ate. And a lot of people be like, oh, I don't want to put my beads on. I just ate. And I'm like, that's the perfect time, because if you put your beads on fasted, it is highly likely they're going to be too tight. And everybody's like, oh, I'm wearing them for weight loss, blah, blah, blah. They're going to pop, and then you're going to come to me and be like, these were low quality. No, you had them on too tight. You want your waist beads, even though they're called waists, and here's the smallest part of my waist, you want them to be on top of your hips, okay? So I did have some chicken so that I could make sure that I was measuring on an appropriate body size time of day. We're gonna put mine low, right? Low waist. I promise you, you will still feel them, okay? It's like some people use them to detect when they've eaten too much. Oh, it stops me from eating. It helps. Yeah, okay, it has all the weight loss principles, yes. But at the same time, it's like your body carries you through enough, has been through enough. Like, you don't need to be doing all that measuring of it. You don't have to be so like to the inch of it. That is very Western. And there's no need to use African traditions in order to enforce a westernized view of your body. Okay, so we'll start there. There's a knot on one side of the beads, okay? And then there's a knot on the other side. Let's show you that. There's a knot. So just be cognizant of where the knot is. So I'm gonna step here. Like I said, I'm wearing them low. I'm taking the side that does not have the knot, and I'm gonna come here on my body, right? I'm letting the knotted side hang because I'm going to shift some beads down, and I don't want to make a mess on the floor. I know. And then honestly, I always prefer, I'm a professional, so I can do this for you in the video camera. Get naked, love yourself, like look at yourself, look at your body, talk beautiful things to yourself and your body, get naked to do this, and do it in a mirror. And that in itself, that is, as a ritual for you to stand there and look at your naked body and talk nicely to yourself. You might end up in tears in the bathroom. I know where I want this to go. I want it to go a little low. It's for finding my husband, making that money, securing the bag. My titties are also massive, so I can barely see over them. So I'm gonna do a lot of this with feelings. When we're done, my beads are gonna sit like low. Okay. So I didn't tie a full knot, but I just crossed the beads just to see where they're gonna go. And here is good. We're low. We're just at the bottom of my stomach. I honestly could make these a little bit looser just because I like being so comfortable, but I think we're gonna keep them here. Yeah, that looks cute. Some people like them so that you could see them, and that's fine, but your waist beads are for you, so keep in mind, like, it's just for you. You don't have to do them for anybody but you. I'm about to tie my knot, but while I tie the knot, the ceremony part is you're naked, you're looking in the mirror, and you're talking nice things to yourself. I have a video coming about how to write spicy affirmations, and I always say the best affirmations are a mix of Issa Rae talking to herself in the mirror and a little bit of porn star. Instead of saying, I'm a confident queen, I'm like, I walk into a room like, you know the fuck you are. Maybe you don't want to cuss. Okay, fine. So I'm going to say, yes, girl, you know you are a money magnet. You know that you have always found a way where there sometimes is no way. And as I'm doing this, I'm making sure to stay steady because I don't want a lot of blank space. I don't want a lot of thread showing, all beads, right? Even tying it with confidence is so helpful. So it's like, yes, girl, you know you're going to secure the bag, and you know your husband is looking for you. He is looking for you more than you're looking for him. He is so excited to have you become a part of his family and to become a part of your family. He is looking forward to the wealth you're going to build together, just as a beautiful family. He is so excited, and he is praying for you too. As I'm talking nice to myself and affirming my goals and dreams, I have tied 3 really tight knots. Okay, so I tied 3 really tight knots, right? So I've said all the nice things to myself. This is so deeply personal. I'm so honored that you guys are watching this experience with me. I've said all the nice things to myself. I've tied my 3 knots. That's when you want to get your glue. I love this precision tip also because then it's really not going to get messy. I'm going to, let me get closer to you so you can see me do it. This is just drugstore nail glue too, by the way. And I'm going to just drop some on my knot. And I'm going to continue to affirm myself. You're a money magnet and you've discovered your offers. And now people are excited to give you their money. People are excited to give you their money. They're excited to work with you. And so what I love to do, where them fans at? Where them fans at? I forgot to bring my fan as part of this video, but I like to fan myself and I'm like spreading the blessings my way. So now it's not let that coochie breathe. You want to fan yourself because it's glue. It's tacky. I don't want it to get stuck on my clothes. I want it to dry. I want it to settle. While that's happening, I'm like affirming. And I like to use, of course, affirmations when I affirm. Of course, you're going to make more money this year than you've ever made before. Of course, you're going to take the trips as you've always wanted to, and your bank account balance is going to look better than it ever has before. Of course, your man is looking for you and he's so excited to do life with you. Of course, you're going to find the house of your dreams. Of course, you and your man are going to make that place a home. Of course, you're going to be able to host family dinners there. Of course, you're going to have your beautiful Pilates studio in home. Of course, you're going to get your Bentley Bentayga. Of course, you're going to go to the motherland at least 3 times this year. Of course, you're going to start to see opportunities for business pop up in Africa that make sense and are aligned with you. Of course, this year cannot be written. Like this is, you go crazy, okay? While you're letting that glue dry because you're locking in those intentions for an amazing year, season, whatever it is. Whatever the intention you set with this, of course it's gonna happen. And so that's what you do. Once I start to touch it and feel it's kind of hardened, okay. Now we're going to take our scissors and cut. We're not gonna cut through the glue. We're gonna cut on the other side of the glue, okay? We're gonna cut thread. And I want you to see there's still a little tail hanging out and that's okay. All right, I've cut these, I'm keeping these. And because I moved the beads down to the knotted side, the beads are staying there. The beads are staying put, okay? I want you to see, I still have this little knot. You wanna keep this little knot intact, especially while the beads are new. Because I say to people, if the beads are gonna fall off prematurely, it'll happen within the first week. Make sure you keep your knot. Let's see the knot. You see my knot? You see it? Make sure you keep your knot steady and strong. Don't worry about it poking you. Just like you'll feel it. It's a knot. You'll feel the whole beads. It's a string of beads on your waist, on your body. But let it soften over time. It will. Your skin is going to soften it over time. Okay. So now that you have your beads on. Oh, I love where they're sitting. Sitting, honey. Yes. These are not too big, not too small. Just like that. Oh, so cute. Okay. So I still have the little pouch that my beads came in, and I still have this leftover string of beads. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the leftover beads in here. Yeah. Just like this. I'm going to find a note card, and tonight when I journal, I'm going to write on the note card what the intention is for the beads, and I'm going to put it in this. I'm going to place it somewhere else, and I'm going to forget about it. I might personally even print out one of those affirmation checks, and I might write an amount on that check and put it in the pouch and just forget about it, because that's one way to manifest. And I think I can do it with these beads, honey. Now that's a ceremony, really and truly. You're affirming the things you want. You're locking it in with the guidance of the ancestors. It will be so. I say there's nothing better than setting intentions and knowing that the universe and the ancestors are all up there conspiring to make sure that that shit happens for you. And when I tie waist beads, that is just my way of centering myself, saying these are the goals and aspirations that I have. Anytime I get naked and see myself in the mirror, I'll see these waist beads and I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna be like, oh, the goals I have for myself, get money, get that husband. And I'm gonna think about that. I'm even gonna think about it when I consider being intimate with anybody, because I'm like, these are my find my husband beads. Everybody don't need to be seeing them, to be honest, you know? I hope that those are some good little tidbit of information for you. I hope you decide to buy some bombshell waist beads. If not, I hope you support an African maker with your waist beads, or maybe you have a friend who is somehow connected to the motherland who also makes waist beads. I'm a big fan of that as well. I think that the energy, the closer to the source the beads are from, the better the energy is. And I want just good energy for all things in all ways. Leave a comment below if you have ever tied your own waist beads. Also, if you've ever let me tie your waist beads for you, like, I would love to hear about it. I still have a few clients. If you're in the Atlanta area, I do home services in that way as well. But yeah, I hope that you have a spectacular new year. And I can't wait to see what happens when these dreams, goals, and aspirations all come to fruition, honey. Big love, big hugs to you, and I'll see you on the next video.